And da-da-da. Tape's going. Alright.
I think we forgot about the tape.
Oh, we just flipped it.
I know, but we forgot about it at 7:30.
Oh, yeah. We got a little extra time because the runner on it lead in.
Good.
So, yeah, I was watching it closely this time. Alright. The number is 520-333-4578 if you'd like to call in. I'm really glad I heard from Gary. He's a really good friend of mine from back home. He's a little homesick occasionally, but very rarely. Miss my friends and whatnot, my family. As far as the politics and the job back home, I don't miss it at all.
Okay, let me repeat the number. Okay, the number is 333. Wait.
520.
Yeah, 520-333-4578.
The lines are open.
Yeah.
The lines are open. Yeah. Good job, Phil. Anyway, if you'd like to call in, ask us something, shoot the breeze, say hi to Pooh. We should get your mom in here.
No.
I know. That'd be cool if we get Annie in here. But I tried earlier, folks. I tried to get Annie to help me to come co-host, try-host, whatever, the show with Pooh and myself. I just couldn't quite finagle her into doing it. That's all right.
We were talking about telling her that maybe if she could come on the radio and tell the audience how to make zucchini pancakes.
Yeah, zucchini pancakes. Annie makes good zucchini pancakes. Delicious ones, huh? We had a lot of zucchini this year, didn't we, out of the garden?
Yep. But now that they're all closed up, I guess we only have the last one. We went around, pulled all the plants, and picked off the last vegetables and everything off of it.
Yeah, I did that this afternoon, huh? And the cucumbers and the... What else? Melons.
Squash.
Yeah, yellow squash, summer scallop squash, cucumber. The tomatoes got hurt pretty bad though, huh? Yeah, unfortunately.
At least my mom's berries still alive.
Yeah, that's good.
Now we have one more we left and see if it can survive one more night.
And if it does, it's better off than me because this cold is hurting me. Oh, we got a call.
Hello, you're on the air.
Oh, hi, Pooh.
Hi.
How are you, honey? Hi. Hi, Doyle.
Hey, how's it going?
This is Jim from Indiana.
Yeah, how you doing?
I wanted to ask you about the antennas.
Sure.
I've got a Sanjian 808.
Okay.
Okay. I've got about a 30-foot wire on it.
Okay. 3 or 30?
30.
30, okay. I misunderstood you. Go ahead.
And you said, several weeks ago, that the wire should be uninsulated. Now, mine is 16-gauge zip cord.
Okay.
Now, should I strip the insulation from the wire, or?
Yes, strip the insulation. The reason it is what happens is the insulation acts as a crude shielding, like on a shielded coaxial line.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, and you'll actually get. We did it right out in the backyard. We already knew it. We'd seen it work. We knew it worked, but just for the heck of it, one day we had touched held the wire to the antenna connection on a Sanji 909, and we had insulated and uninsulated, and the uninsulated wire, which it's already like a fact. I mean, I guess it is a fact, but it was incredible the reception, the difference in sound. It got rid of a lot of the oscillation.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, because it picked up the signal better. Just strip. I know exactly what you're using. Your zip cord.
Zip cord, yeah.
Yeah. Just what gauge is it? You said 14? 16?
It's 16 gauge.
16, yeah, that's good. The standard like long wire antenna that you get is 14. So I mean, it's right on top of each other. We're talking thousandths difference. That's it, of an inch.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's all. 14 to 16 gauge.
What about some of these amplified antennas? Are they useful?
Yeah. There's like let me see how I'd say. I want to say it correctly. There's an active. There's like 3 major categories of antennas. You got passive, that just is like your antenna sitting there, okay?
Yeah.
And you got an active, and those go into different categories. They attract distant or weaker signals better. The AM, that's really popular. AM active antennas are very popular, like your select antenna, whatnot. And then you have an amplified antenna or antenna unit. What the amplification does is it helps you with the RF gain and the tuning, And what else it does is it brings in the signal louder. You know, they'll rate them. I've seen FM amplified or active dipole antennas. They call it the dipoles, even though it looks just like a little small width element.
Yeah, right.
Or just an amplification unit. They'll amplify them, you know, like I know a very popular, excellent FM one that does it 2.5 decibels gain.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly, a lot. And it's a high-end, high-quality FM antenna that doesn't have the high-end price. It's you'll see it in the finest, most prestigious stereo magazines, like Stereophile.
I used to subscribe to that.
Yeah, me too. I just ran out. That's the only reason I say I used to. It just ran out.
Oh, you know, the reason I dropped my subscription was that the equipment that they recommend is just, oh gosh, it's just too expensive.
Yeah, like $20,000 speakers, $75,000.
Yeah, that's a little too much for me.
Yeah, it is for me too. But I like to keep up on the new stuff. The sound has always been I was a musician. One time I played cello in a symphony, an adult symphony, and all that.
Was that right?
Yeah, and so the sound and the music is of interest to me. I like to. I got
like Yo-Yo Ma.
Yeah, I don't like him.
No.
I met him. I played
really?
cello. Yeah, I met him. I didn't like him. He's. I won't go into that. I just didn't like him. I don't want to get in trouble on the air. But
well, there's Pablo Casals. I know you didn't meet him.
No.
No. That's before your time.
Yes. Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Like your amplification unit, what is nice about that is it gives you the decibel gain. It helps you work with the RF gain. You know, they'll have an actual RF gain tuning knob on it besides your radio unit's knob.
Oh yeah.
And they'll have many of them will have a tuning knob, so you match it to the frequency that you're turning to. Like it'll be very large increments, but because your radio is still doing the actual tuning, like 7.415 megahertz, you're just getting like the 7 or 8 somewhere in there on the amplification unit. But it gets rid of the oscillation. That's the thing that does the best. That up and down you get maybe because of propagation. It's night and day. I mean, we've got one. We use it. And you unplug it.
Where do you get something like that then?
Your electronic stores.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, your
Radio Shack or?
Yeah, your large electronic warehouses. We're trying to find them right now to offer because they're rather pricey units, and we're wanting to see if we can get them so we can, bring it down. So
Good.
Those are good items though. Yeah, an amplifier, it works really well. Most of them are very basic and run off batteries.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and some of them, in fact, you don't even the shortwave. You connect to the radio, the AM external antenna jack, it's called.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
right.
You connect right in, and in fact, what's nice about it, it's got a jack on the other side of it in case you've got an external antenna, like your dipole or whatnot. Boom, plug it right in, it just amplifies your big antenna signal. If not, it can work as a standalone unit with your radio. And
go ahead. The aerial that I have now is just a standard 16 gauge piece of zip cord, but I don't have it in a dipole configuration. Is that should I put it in a dipole configuration or just leave it as a straight wire?
If you can do a half wave, if you can fit a half wavelength, then it's preferable to go to a dipole. Excuse me.
Okay.
If because of space restrictions or convenience, whatever, where you listen to compared to where your antenna has to be and how much lead-in wire you want.
Yeah.
A straight wire, we're using a straight wire today.
Oh.
I mean, today.
Oh, I see. Okay.
There's nothing wrong with it. A dipole is more ideal, but you range it in a V or inverted V, up and down, so you have to have a couple trees to spin it to.
Okay.
And a half wavelength one is, if you can go to a half wavelength, as far as the band is concerned, then a dipole is really good. And to do that, you just take it's a little trick I learned a long time ago. Local ham guys that taught it to me from where I'm from. Something about this distance to the sun and whatnot. Anyway, it's 468,000. So just remember, like a cheer, 468 radio is really great. You take 468,000, divide it by the freak in kilohertz. So like here, it'd be 7,415. And that'll give you a foot measurement, and that's a half wavelength. So if you take 468,000, divide it by 7,415, 7,415, you'll get like 63.1 feet. That's your total length of your antenna. And so if you're going to, that's your total length. So each leg is only, 36.5 feet?
So I should have an antenna that's 60-some feet long in a dipole configuration. Is that what you're saying?
That's the ideal arrangement. If you're going to use a dipole, that's a half wavelength exactly. So that formula works for any frequency. You take, you just take 468,000, divide it by the megahertz, and that's going to give you the half wavelength of the frequency. And like in this particular instance, 7,415 into 468,000, it's like a 63.1 to infinite number of digits. And so take 63 feet, and that's your total wire length. So for each leg, you would want 30, 60, 31 and a half feet for each leg, going up in a V or inverted V or whatever.
Well, that's a big antenna.
Yeah, it is. That's what I was saying. The space, restrictions, are an issue. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight up. It can be at a very large angle, back and forth, The V wants to be fixed, but as far as its facing, its orientation, as far as perpendicular to the earth, you can have it lean back or forward, like lean back against the house or up suspended from two trees or whatnot.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Yeah, and then I'm trying to think. I can't think of right off the top of my head any really top of the line publications that you could get this out of. I'm talking from experience and numerous publications and seeing the ham guys do it and whatnot, and the clubs back home, the amateur radio clubs and whatnot, because I had an interest in it,
Yeah.
If I could think of one, I'd give you one that you could read. There are some good books out there. I just don't remember the authors or the exact titles that go into the whole deal of building an antenna.
Radio Electronics was a magazine. I don't know if they're still publishing. Are they?
I'm really not sure. The one I used to read was Communications Quarterly, CQ, whatever.
Oh yeah.
The big thick one. That I really liked that magazine. A real big one. It was I liked that one. That was enjoyable. And that's what I used to read. And then the local ham guys taught me quite a bit. There was a ham club and the amateur radio and whatnot. And in the military, I went to a communication school in the Army. Learned a lot there. Our Prick 77 back radio, the typical green thing you see in Army movies everywhere. Well, its range is 14 miles over good terrain and weather. You could arrange a quick dipole. They run 30 to 80,000 right below the FM. They cut off right below there. They run 30 to 80,000 in the range. You could make a quick dipole, and these commo guys were showing me stuff that was just absolutely amazing, using the commo wire between field phones, which is aluminum. It's just aluminum, and it's really small. They can throw up a quick dipole antenna and extend the range to 21 miles. Yeah, it's, another 7 miles out of 4. That's a 50% increase or whatever. This is incredible stuff for receiving, and whatnot.
Well, I'm going to try that dipole configuration then.
It works. It does. And the other one that I have not personally dealt with it, tried it, built it. I've seen one, but it was for a different use. It was for transmitting. Is the very large loop antenna. Yeah, just a giant, huge circle or square, rectangular shape of wire. I'm talking like 200 feet total run length.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, like around the whole eave of your house or something. I have not personally dealt with it. There's very good feedback from the results from that. I've seen it used as transmission type stuff. I've never dealt with it personally as far as receiving shortwave, but good reports. But I've never tried it, so I don't know.
Sometimes the local codes in some suburban communities would frown on something like that. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, one nice thing about that one, like a long wire or loop, where it's basically, or it should be horizontal to the ground, essentially your ground, and compared to a dipole sticking up, which is very unobtrusive. I mean, you're talking about a wire so skinny that you can't really see it.
Okay.
Like the loop one or a long wire, you can run it right along the eave of your house because you use insulators to set it off, and they really don't notice it. So if you've got, let's say, a typical, I'll say typical from where I'm from, California, 3-bedroom, 2-bath suburban house, let's say.
Right.
You got just your front or back eave is more than enough length. It's, the 70 feet or something, the length of your house. To run a long wire with the standoff insulators, you can buy at a feed store, a cattle store, a hardware store. Get the insulators just for an electric fence. and just use those. And it keeps it keeps the wire from, you can't have it touching stuff where it's going to want to ground out. And you run that along your station, no one even knows. It's less obtrusive than Christmas lights, and those seem to be quite popular.
I just have a 30-foot wire here, and
that'll be easy to hide, yeah.
Your program is coming in really good.
Yeah, I would imagine, because you're essentially at a quarter wave of what you're at. That's another type of quarter wavelength. You're almost exactly at 31.5 feet quarter wavelength.
Oh,
so you're almost tuned dead on for this frequency.
Okay.
Yeah. By chance or virtue or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's another one is quarter wavelength. But that's probably part of the reason that your geographic location and whatnot. And it's a good signal. It's a good signal, and they have a good antenna and transmitter.
And it's a good show too, Doyle.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
All right, cool. Pooh, can I say bye?
Okay, take care.
All right, you too.
Bye bye.
Bye. Thanks for calling. Pooh, what's the number?
520-333-4578 is the number.
All right, cool.
And the phone lines are open.
All right. Woo! Pooh, you might as well just take over. I quit. No. Hey, Pooh, can you give me something to drink?
Sure.
Can I get some coffee, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Just pour coffee in there?
Yeah, just pour coffee in there. That's cool. Dirty cup's better. All right, 520-333-4578 is the number. If you'd like to call in, the lines are open at this time. We can discuss whatever, I guess. I don't know. Doesn't mean I'll keep up with you, but we can discuss it. And I'll tell you if I don't know what you're talking about. You're on the air?
Yeah, hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hey, what's up?
Not much, bud.
This is the first time I've heard your station, too, and I was just wondering, I remember listening to Bill Cooper a few years ago on another station.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was just wondering, what else is on here besides Bill? What other stuff is on? What is it, WBCQ?
Yeah, but WBCQ.
Yeah, what else is on here besides Cooper's show?
Well, it's a good station. On the business side, dealing with Alan Weiner, it has been a pleasure. I've done a lot of business in my short life, and it has been very pleasurable. And they got some good programming. They got some good people up there. Randy Steele, they got RNI, Radio Free New York. And,
never heard of it.
Gary Bourgeois is on Friday Night Live. They've got some good programming.
A lot of militia stuff, a lot of patriot stuff?
Oh, no, just a whole plethora of stuff. Yeah, the Midnight Watchman, if I'm wrong, I apologize, I believe that's the name, is a religious type show, like a, I don't know what to call it, but, a religious show. And it's pleasant to listen to, though. I don't agree with everything he says, but that doesn't matter. It's one that doesn't make me want to turn him off, like some of the ilk that's out there on the air. And Gary Bourgeois' show is fun. Johnny Lightning is good. Alan Weiner, Randy Steele. There's just some good Radio New York International, Radio Free New York. These shows are all on there. It's a good station. You can look up their website and see the schedule. They have a schedule on the web, or write them, whatnot, call them.
Well, I remember back in the old days when it used to be wall to wall, just nothing but black helicopters and New World Order, and everyone hates Bill Clinton. And all right, let's get on the phone lines. Hello there. Yeah. So this is kind of like a more kinder and gentler version of the old Patriot days, huh?
Well, Huh? Yeah. I don't really know how to address that, and I only say that because of I don't know. I just don't know.
I love that type of programming because I think it's entertaining. I mean, personally, I think the Patriots kind of showed their ilk to me back in '93 or whatever it was when they were going to march on Washington, and then all of a sudden they called it off. We're not going to do that. And I'm like, what a bunch of wimps. What would you do if you were really in combat? So from that point forward, I just started listening to it for entertainment value and just laughed my head off at it.
Well, there were some people portraying themselves in a lot of areas, as patriots or militia leaders or constitutionalists that aren't. But it's no different than any other facet of society. There's people that claim to be honest this or honest that. It's like I was in the Army, and it's an oxymoron to say that honest recruiter, I've been told. this. Sometimes there's elements that are bad and misleading, or they take the first thing they hear and run with it. And unfortunately, it sometimes is lumped in with the good and gives everything a bad, a stench. But that happens everywhere. I mean, there's good businessmen and bad businessmen is everything.
Well, it just seems to me if you're going to, say something and then back down, then when the crap really does hit the fan, we can't expect you to be around. So at that point, I just, like I said, I started listening to it for entertainment. Said, these Patriots ain't serious, One good blast from a tank and they'll be hiding under the bed going, please, Jesus, save me,
Yeah, there probably are the... Excuse me? Oh. Just curious, where are you going to be at?
Where am I going to be at?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be out there fighting the government because but see, I don't care. I'm basically a 35-year-old person that has no family, and I can pretty much go out there and put my ass on the line any day, and it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
But these people, they're just real blowhards on the radio, but when it comes down to the real shooting, they're going to be, like I said, hiding somewhere going, please, don't let us get hurt. No, I got nothing to lose, so I'll probably be out there, shooting UN soldiers and taking names and stuff. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, okay.
I just, I don't care. I got no family. I got nothing, man. I'm just a combat soldier waiting to go into combat.
Yeah. Just a second. Yes, man. Yeah.
Yeah. But but I always enjoyed listening to Bill. I always thought he had some rather interesting stuff on here, especially at one time when he did this whole thing on, I think it was like the Kabbalah, or this whole kind of like secret society thing, and that was like really interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's done a whole lot of interesting shows. I was just curious, just because, why do you feel you'll be right out in the front?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, because that's probably where I'll go. I mean, I don't know how to describe it other than, I've basically hated the way this country's gone since like about 1984, but I've simply said there ain't nothing I can do about it at this point, but when people finally get enough, then I'll be there. And so, I'll just, I'll be out front.
Yeah.
I mean, because I've been waiting for it for so long, but people haven't gotten enough apparently in this country of what's going on. People still think it's just happy days as usual, so what can I do?
Yeah, well, I just was curious because, things like this, you're talking about shooting or whatnot, or mass civil unrest, or can be quite scary, and sometimes it changes people's views very quickly. That's when you really find out people's mettle is under fire. I have seen it firsthand. And I just was curious, what made you feel you were going to be out in the forefront? Because I had a assistant gunner overseas in the Army that told me to quit firing my M60 on the ground attack because we were going to draw fire. And I just wondered, he outranked me, and he was really ashamed to the rank which he held, which I respected very much so, a non-commissioned officer in the United States Army. And it was just a pity. And I was just curious because up till then I had the utmost respect for him, and he really seemed like a hard charger.
I guess my reason would basically be because I feel I don't have anything to lose, and who knows, maybe I can make a difference.
Oh, okay. That's good.
I know that, like I said, maybe I'm just throwing my life away, but what the hell?
Yeah. All right.
I just, if it ever comes down to a fight, I want to be out there. I want to, because, I hate the way this country's gone. I mean, they basically give everything to the minorities that come into this country, and it's, for somebody like me who was born in this country, I feel almost like, I feel like I'm in a foreign country, man. I feel like I'm the one who ought to, leave.
Mm-hmm. Well, I understand people's concerns over immigration, but, I came from, the immigration capital of the world, I sometimes thought, and, I know that sometimes it's used as a device to split people up. Okay, I saw it used frequently by different factions in the media, or different PACs, political action committees, or pukes, or whatever they call themselves, at the state level, and lobbyists and whatnot. It was used to cut people up more frequently than anything. They could get in there, and tell one side you're getting screwed, all your money is going to this guy coming in, and they tell the other side he's not going to give you nothing. They get a big old fight going for no reason. There's massive protests. I think you could have seen it almost any time of an election year in California. Protests that didn't need to happen because problems were stirred up over race.
Well, I don't know. It just, to me, it just seems like as a white Anglo-Saxon sort of person, I've been basically put behind, blacks, gays, women, the children. Of course, we always have to hear about the children from Clinton. And finally, like number 5 comes me. Yeah, well, I don't know how to address that. I mean, I'm white, and I don't know. A lot of times these things about he's doing it or they're doing it or she's doing it. It isn't the race that's doing it, unfortunately. The government is making it an issue. I think just think back to some of the news reports you see, the immigration wasn't near an issue that it used to be in California till certain factions of the media got in there and stirred it up and misreported 187, Proposition 187, and one side's getting told, you know what, your family's never going to get to come here, you're going to be separated from all your relatives for the rest of your life if this passes, and the other side is saying, if you don't pass this, your kid's never going to go to school, and you're going to end up in a prison camp, and I heard all sorts of stuff about that, and that's a hard one to tell. There's a lot of manipulation out there. Race is the quickest thing for someone to jump on if they want to cut people, split them up. I'm sure as you, I've had friends of all races, and I haven't had a problem with any of them. My best friend over in the Army was a black guy, really good guy, Marcel Douglas. I miss him. I wish I could find him. I can't find him. And I don't have a problem with any of them. Cool, then I guess you're in the right place, I mean, it's becoming predominantly more and more brown every day, so if you're happy here, God bless you. I mean, my attitude is either this place has got to change or I guess I got to immigrate back to Europe. I mean, maybe it's time for white people just to flee back to Europe. Leave it to the blacks and the Jews and the Indians, and let's see if they can run this country. It's such a great place. I bet you this place would fall apart in 2 weeks without us here to help run it.
Well, Bozo, what you waiting for? How come you ain't on the boat going back to Europe already?
Well, because I keep hoping that maybe things will change.
No, things ain't never going to change. Things might get better, and things might get better for a lot of people, but things ain't never going to go your way.
I suppose that's probably true.
That's absolutely true. Now, I've been sitting in there listening to you jack around with Doyle because he's new on this radio for a while.
Yeah.
Now, try jacking with me, bud.
Well, I ain't scared of you. I mean, what
I didn't say you were scared of me. Let's hear all your baloney now.
All right, I'll be happy to tell you. I think this world is based, or at least this country has pretty much been taken over by Jews. I think that this country is being fed a lot of politically correct garbage, and a lot of young white people are buying it, and it's being put out by the Jewish-controlled media.
Buying exactly what? Be specific. What are you talking about?
All right. How we all need to have this diversity, and we all need to come together, and we all need to listen to rap music, and we all need to have assassination. We all need to, let our white women sleep with black men, and we all need to just go have this.
Nobody's making you do any of that.
They may not be making it, but they're certainly influencing the young people to do it. It's more and more happening out there.
Do you ever hear of freedom? Young people have minds. They can make choices. I bet you're one of these guys that think that the white race is being diluted, right?
Absolutely.
Well, why don't you go find a blue-eyed, blonde-haired girl and have a bunch of babies, and you wouldn't have a problem, would you?
Because they're all banging niggers, basically.
Oh, really?
Come on.
Really?
At least from what I can tell, a lot of them are.
Well, so what if they are?
Well, so
is that any of your business? Who are you banging?
Why am I banging?
Who?
Well, I can tell you it ain't no black woman or no Indian.
I can tell you right now, you ain't banging nobody.
Well, no, right now I'm talking on the phone. And I'll tell you something
You're not
else,
talking
whether
on
or not I am getting laid or not is to the...
No, it's absolutely relevant. You're the one who brought it up. You made it an issue.
That this country is going down the tubes and in another...
No. Free people are making free choices and doing what they believe they should be doing, and they're not taking orders from you. That's what really makes you angry, doesn't it?
Well, one day they may be taking orders, not from me, though, but from a guy named Dr. Pierce.
No. You want to bet? How much you want to bet?
How much I want to bet?
Yeah, how much you want to bet? How much money you got? I'll bet you everything you got in this whole world. Dr. Pierce? Dr. Pierce?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody in this world can take orders from Dr. Pierce. I bet you his wife don't even take orders from him if he's lucky enough to have one.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, the National Alliance is out there speaking for people's rights, you know.
The National Alliance is out there making fools out of themselves, just like you're doing on this broadcast.
You know, and if you're happy living in a world full of mongrels and blacks and Indians...
I'm happy living with anybody who's a decent, nice, polite, respectable human being who believes in freedom, not Nazi stormtroopers like you.
Well, I feel sad for you, man.
Well, you don't have to feel sad for me. You ought to feel sad for yourself. There isn't 500 of you people in this whole country. If you all had guns and rose up tomorrow, you couldn't even storm an anthill and win the battle. And you damn well know it. So what is all this rhetoric about, I'm going to be taking orders from Dr. Pierce? Dr. Pierce is nobody. He's nothing. He has no army, and nobody takes orders from him. Unless maybe it's some fool like you.
Well, all I can say is I find it, you know, kind of sad that, you know, people like you who call themselves patriots and...
You find it sad that there's free people in this world who make free choices and want to live in peace with each other, and you can't put on your little Nazi uniform and march around with your goose step and round people up and kill them. It's not going to happen. Not ever. You're dreaming.
Well, we did a pretty good job of it in the 40s over in Europe. It could happen.
No, you didn't. You got your butts kicked royal.
That's right.
Yeah, it took just about every country, including the U.S., to do it. I mean, we were kicking ass until the United States.
Didn't take every country, and you weren't kicking anything. You weren't there. And if you had been there, you'd have dug a hole and hid in it.
You know, had to have the big old U.S. come in. You know, come on, boys, let's go over there. You know, France was getting wasted. Europe, England was in a blitzkrieg. If the United States hadn't stepped in, you would right now be speaking German.
Oh, I would, really?
Yes, you would.
Oh, yeah, and just how exactly were you going to accomplish that when you couldn't even invade England? And it wasn't you anyway? What do you mean we? What's all this we stuff? You weren't there, little boy. You didn't have a uniform. There wasn't a swastika for your arm, and you didn't have a rifle. You didn't fight that war.
We as in the Aryan people.
You as in the fool, making a fool of yourself on the air to the whole world. You know how stupid and idiotic you sound?
No more stupid and idiotic than you do, thinking that you're going to have some sort of a country with...
I already have a country.
How long do you think you're going to keep it before it's like Kinshasa or like Haiti? How long do you think it's going to be before you walk out in the street and there's no electricity, there's old cars running around, there's, you know, crap all over the streets? You know, there's people walking around, you know, with, you know, voodoo drums beating them.
Voodoo drums?
Yeah, it'll be within 100 years. This place is going to look just like Haiti or Kinshasa or any
You know, you're just about the stupidest idiot that I have ever heard in my entire life.
It will within 100 years. I'll bet you. If we can take
within 100 years, there's going to be a much better world than there is now, and people like you probably will still be here. You'll be on your little soapbox, but you won't have any power, and you won't be ordering anybody around, and you won't be in charge.
Okay.
Guaranteed.
Okay, you know, you could be right. I mean, you very well could.
I know I'm right. You haven't got you have no power, no numbers, no nothing, and nobody wants to follow little Hitlers around.
But I can tell you, within 100 years, white people will probably almost not exist in this country. And
what do you care? You're not going to be here in 100 years, and if it makes all those people happy to be whatever they be and marry whoever they marry and have their children happily living in peace, what is it to you?
Well,
what's your problem?
Well, it just seems kind of sad that a race that invented so much is going to basically die off the face of the earth.
What do you care?
Well, I'm part of it, damn it. I don't want
Well, why don't you, I'm going to ask you again, I asked you before, you didn't answer me. Why don't all you guys that are so worried about your race go find little blonde-haired, blue-eyed Susies and just make babies till you can't walk anymore?
And again, I'll answer your question because they're all stupid niggers right now.
No, they're not. It's because you turned them off. They don't want to be with you. That's why. They want to be with nice, decent people, not raving maniacs. That's why.
Well, fine then. Like I said, if you're happy in 300 or 400 years no longer having a people on this planet, then I guess, you're right.
I have people on this. I have lots of people on this planet. Lots of decent people. Lots of wonderful friends of all different races and all different religions. I'm married to a full-blood Chinese woman from Taiwan. My children have Native American, English, Scotch, Irish, and Chinese blood in them. I'm part Native American. We're all decent people. My daughters are some of the most beautiful, most intelligent children you'll ever find. What's your problem, bozo?
I just told you my problem is within 1,000 years that there's going to be...
You're not going to be here in 1,000 years. That isn't your problem, because in 1,000 years, you don't give a damn what's going to be here because you're not going to be here.
We will be extinct.
Who's we? I won't be extinct. I have children that'll pass on my genetics to their children. You're going to be extinct because you can't find your little blue-eyed blonde girl to make babies with.
Your great-grandchild is going to be with nappy hair and dark skin, and you just watch. And if you, like I said, if you think that's cool, then our race will...
You know something? You know something? Whatever my great-grandchildren turn out to be, they'll be decent, nice, wonderful people. They won't be raving maniacs like you. And it will make me very happy.
Hooray.
I don't care what they look like. All I care is that they're decent, nice human beings that can live in peace with their neighbors and care about freedom.
Well, hooray for America.
No, I didn't say anything about America. What's your problem?
I just told you, but apparently you don't find it a problem, so...
No, I don't find it a problem, and it's not a problem for you. You keep talking about 100 years from now and 1,000 years from now. That's not your problem. You're not going to be here.
Well, it seems a shame to me that when this...
Why is it a shame you're not going to be here? What do you care how people look and what race they are and how they're living 100 years or 1,000 years from now?
Because, like I said, it just seems a shame when we've done so much to bring civilization.
Who's done so much? Who's done so much to bring civilization anyway?
Europeans.
You know something? You've never read a history book in your life. When the Romans invaded Europe, you know what they found there? They didn't find any wonderful civilization. They found naked Teutons running around in the woods, living in stick huts. That's what they found. There wasn't any civilization in Germany. There wasn't any civilization in Europe when the Romans got there. There were tribes of people clad in raw animal skins living in huts.
Maybe my geography is a little off, but isn't Rome in Italy, and isn't Italy part of Europe? So obviously that part of Europe was civilized. The Roman Empire was civilized.
You know where the Romans got their civilization?
Nowhere.
From Egypt. You know where Egypt got it? From Mesopotamia. And the Assyrians.
Well,
none of that.
What an Assyrian is.
That's obvious.
I do know that Rome is part of Italy, and Italy is part of Europe. So that part, at least, of Europe must have been civilized back then. So there was civilization in Europe, and like I said, we have.
Whoa. hold it there. You said that the Aryan Europeans were responsible for civilizing the world.
Well,
you weren't even listening to what I said.
I was thinking somewhat later. I heard what you said when they went to Europe.
Sorry, my friend, but you're not thinking much at all.
I've heard
this story before. That all civilization in this world comes from the Aryan Germanic tribes. I've heard it. I've heard it from Dr. Pierce. I've heard it from all of the rest of you raving maniacs.
I was thinking more into like the 14th, 15th, 16th, and 17th century. I wasn't thinking way back then. No, I was thinking more of what, classical music, whether you want to talk about Shakespeare, literature. I'll tell you, I can't think of any other people that have been able to create literature like Europeans have.
How do you know?
Well, because for one thing, I've read some of it. I mean, basically, I have this book called Black Stories of Africa or something, and it's stories about animals, One day, lion got up and said, I am hungry. I mean, it's the dumbest stuff. I mean, they're talking about animals, and, Shakespeare's doing, stories.
Can you read ancient Egyptian?
No, I can't read ancient.
Can you read Greek?
Speak?
Can you read Greek?
No.
Gee,
I do have a lot of Greek mythology. I have.
Can you read Greek?
No, I can't.
Can you read the Indian language from the nation of India?
No, I cannot.
Well then, how can you tell that there is no great literature anywhere else? Have you ever read the Vedas?
It's been translated into English.
Have you read it?
Not those particular things, no.
So, what have you read?
Just different legends, like legends of the Navajos, and because I'm into mythology. I'm really into different mythologies. Speaking Romans of mythology is like very, very cool, and then when you get into other mythologies, it's like it just goes down into just stupidity. So the Greeks and Romans, they were like light years ahead, even back then. I don't know. I can't convince you, man. If you think that this is a great place the way it is, then
The reason you can't convince me is you have no argument. Your argument is based upon the fact that you just absolutely cannot stand other people. Anybody who doesn't look and smell and taste and feel and dress like you and live like you, to you, doesn't belong on this earth. Isn't that correct?
Well, at least not in this country. They can find their own damn country, can't they?
What do you mean find their own? This is their country. Anyone born in this country is a citizen of this country. Anyone born in any state of the 50 states is a citizen of that state. It's their country.
Well, I wish I had the money to leave.
Well, why don't you? Why don't all you guys get together, pool your money, buy some island somewhere, get you a rowboat, row out to your island, make your Fourth Reich, and you'll all be happy.
If there was a place to go, believe me, I'd make the effort to go there.
There are places to go. Why don't you look around? Why don't you get together with all your buddies, throw all your money into the pot, buy you an island somewhere, and, get you a boat and get yourselves out there. Make your own country. Make your Fourth Reich. You can run around killing each other. I guarantee you, after a while, you're not going to like each other either. Because you have a problem that has nothing to do with what you're talking about.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what that problem would be other than...
I know you don't.
I
know you don't. That's why you put it off on other people. But the problem's in you. It's not in those other people. There's nobody running around making you go to bed with anybody. You can go to bed with whoever you want. So if your race is being diluted, you're the one diluting it. And if you can't find a woman of the same race as you, if that's the kind of woman that you want, then you better sit down and ask yourself, what's wrong with you?
I never said that they were forcing me, but you turn on MTV any day and you hear this rap music playing, and what they are doing is they basically are getting the young children that are between say 10 and 14 and 15, and they're filling their heads with this garbage. I mean, a lot of people
no, they're not. Nobody is going up to anybody and knocking on their head and opening up their skull and shoving music down their brain. These people are going and buying the music that they want to hear. Nobody's forcing them to buy it. Nobody's forcing them to listen to it. The black rappers are not making music for little white children to screw with their brains. Their music is for blacks. If you listen to it, it's black music for blacks. If white children like it, there's nothing that you're going to do about that. People are going to gravitate to what they like, whether you like it or not.
Well, I think that's an awfully sad, I guess.
You think freedom is sad?
I guess, well,
Don't you
I
want...
guess when you're free to just completely ruin what was a good idea, and America was a good idea 200 years ago, but I guess if that's what freedom's all about, then okay.
Well, if you're talking about... Hold on just a second.